But it's like I'm not playing any more solos.
Can you get up and bow for us? Bow for
If you don't,
them.
I'm gonna go up in front of you guys. So clear a spot.
It would be
Flamboyant.
It's gonna be a dramatic bow.
It would be funny. Suddenly
It'd
you
be
just
like-
stand up. And no one's clapping, and you stand up, and then they clap.
This big long bow. They're like, well, she must have done something. We didn't hear it.
No, players they just play the whole time, and they don't do anything.
Yeah, they look good up there. The horn's pretty.
Ooh,
The
we're
instrument's
getting
pretty.
closer to Evergreen. Yeah. Woo. We're gonna do the
Never
Maynard
far
version.
away from Evergreen.
Squeeze for me, baby. Then I've got like a Pex
Yeah,
horn.
that's a little bit of a killer because
This is like Pex
It's
horn
relentless.
on steroids. All right, you ready for nice work?
what's Evergreen
work.
again? What's that?
That's after this.
Oh, the Streisand. Yeah.
Feeling loose yet?
Loose. I like how I'm totally warmed up. My horn is ice cold still.
Pickups.
Nice job, guys. We got the work.
You guys ready for some babs?
Are we ready for this killer second trumpet part?
What do you think of this?
I get lost. I get lost.
That's what he has. Well, he has like the opposite
You have, at
eighth
least
notes
you
of
have
you.
Arben's exercise. I have more like, mine's more like Schlossberg. I
You
should
do
get
need
the
like a red
mountains.
mark every 10 bars or something.
Have you seen his part? I got thirds. You got like octaves.
I have all the glory apparently.
Not too.
I'm Babs. Just call me Babs for this.
You gotta go out and get a coffee and play
Yeah,
some
what's our tempo here?
Let me know when we get to
One,
E.
Yeah?
Because it's just the same damn thing over and over again.
Okay. Seems like yeah? Okay. almost like if I had like higher parts, it would make more sense than I have the melodies. It's just like all this growling stuff.
Too many lines there. They're too small.
Are we not? Are we skipping this?
You want to play that or not?
Oh, we just okay. So do that.
We gotta use the top.
I didn't remember that we got so jazzy in this.
Where are we going? Where are we going?
And let's do
51.
Yellow Dog Blues.
Oh, Yellow
No,
Dog?
yesterday? Yellow Dog Blues.
Yellow Dog. You want to do, or we could do.
We gotta do Creedence at some.
we'll do it.
Let's go for
No. We'll go to Creedence.
now. Okay.
Okay.
Do we want another cheesy pop
We
arrangement?
did it before and it worked.
It was good. Okay. Is that
It
what?
wasn't good.
Well, we gotta do that. We probably skipped the last or something.
And do the repeat. No, don't do the repeat.
Don't do it.
Repeat. Skip the repeat.
Okay.
No repeat. Okay.
No repeats.
Check it out.
Straight.
That's pretty awesome.
Get a number.
We need a drummer for a lot of this stuff. I'm a drummer now. I can drop out on horn.
Well, if you could do both at the same time,
Ooh, I could just. Well, we just bring your kick drum.
do like
Oh,
that.
yeah.
Or the,
Yes,
the
get
kick
the cow-
bell.
kick
The kick
bell.
cowbell.
Cowbell.
I can have a cowbell and a drum.
Does everyone have three fermatas before D?
Yeah. Yes.
We're taking the repeat or no? Between
No,
D and the
no.
end. No repeat.
The no repeat at the end? Okay.
So at D, we just go D up.
So we want to just play those as quarter notes without holds.
Are we going to do the holds?
Somebody will hold it.
Someone will direct it musically.
All right.
We will follow.
We're really slow, so they could be like two. We've done it before.
All right. Note to self. You gotta buy your stand.
It's WC Handy. Pretty much plays itself.
Well, this thing doesn't go up.
Oh, it's the knob. Actually, I had to buy a new knob. I already replaced that one. It's a jumbo size.
I am ready.
Good for an elephant. So yellow was like a dog pissing on the rain.
Ready for that lunch.
I think we burned some time on that one.
I think we did, yes. I just wish it was Everett one that I had a freaking rest in. Is that it? For now? Oh, that's right. Like another 5 minutes? Okay, good. New York, and Washington Post? Oh, New York, with repeat. Okay.
Skip to Liberty Bell? Oh, really?
Skip
I like
to Liberty Bell?
Oh, skip to, yeah.
You, He was saying skip to Liberty.
Oh yeah, go
Yeah,
to
yeah,
Liberty.
yeah.
Sure.
Sorry.
Not skip
I like
the
it. It's
skip
one of our-
to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Repeats will kill
Okay,
us.
so
Oh yeah.
we're doing all these repeats.
No.
Except the last
Not
one.
the last one. Not the
The
last
last one
Not
is
going
very
back
long.
to 74.
So the other ones, yeah.
The
Okay.
other ones are good.
one. Take the last ending of each one.
No, we're gonna do the first repeats.
Do
Do
all repeats.
all repeats except the last one.
Oh,
Yeah, yeah.
it'll come out about right if you only do the last repeat. We'll all end around the same.
I'll just play that intro over and over again.
Yeah.
It'll probably fit.
It'll work itself out. Oh. Is someone?
Wanna play one more song
Yeah.
before popping?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Here we go.
How about I'm shot? Now I have to play the 20 minutes. Okay, so
The fanfare? Fanfare?
okay. So basically, we repeat the A section, we repeat the B, and we either end or not.
No, we don't
Oh.
repeat the A section. You just go on. You just play straight through.
What?
Just play what's
There's no
there. and
repeat
go-
there.
Yeah.
That is a repeat song.
Keep going back and forth.
You just play straight through.
Okay.
First time.
Oh,
Super stop.
this is the repeat.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Okay. Thank you.
And if I remember, you and I play together on this, so I'll play the beginning, you can take a break.
Thank God.
Then I'll
Yes.
stop and
You want to do 8 bars on and off?
I think it
8 or
maybe the
4?
whole chorus. I'll play and then you.
Sounds great.
I'm trying to know
Wait a
whether
minute, so we don't actually have the same part.
we do at one point.
Oh, okay.
Not here.
30?
Right.
It's right at 30, I think it is.
Okay. Yeah, that is a beat. No, okay. Okay, so at 30,
I can take 4 or 6 bars or something like that. First
you want to just go 30 to 80? Yeah, you want to take that off?
Yeah.
And I'll
Whoever
take...
stops first next one.
Okay. Perfect. At least some damn break in it.
Oh, it's one of those.
Yeah. All you need is the source thing on this
Yeah, my face is already swollen. Does that count for anything?
And I don't believe you have to play that hole. Jeff, I don't think you have to play that hole.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's fine with us.
We're taking a
I do
little.
not desire to
We're
play.
kind of
anymore.
trading off. My only two measures of
Jeff,
twos
I
are
don't
the
think you
ones
have to
right
play the whole
before
desk mat all the way
27.
through. That's
The
the
trombone
most thing you can take whatever off
two
you want.
measures, and that's where I
We
kind of
trade
drop
off,
out.
so
Okay.
they're the ones who are in pain.
Or every other time or something.
They're working it out.
I have cues for you at bar
I'm in more pain
21,
than anyone, I can guarantee it.
and then again at 25 and 26.
Did you take a picture of me?
Yeah, both of you.
I'm sure I look horrible.
It's gonna look good.
I look terrible when I play the horn. I make faces.
Pouty face.
Yeah. Or like clown faces.
Eyebrows going
My
up,
eyebrows
going up like
go-
this.
Yeah.
Like, that's a sign of I believe I just played a wrong note.
Like, wait, oopsie. What? Was that me?
She needs to listen a little more Carly Simon. You are so vain.
I bet
Probably
you
think
think
the song
this
is
song
about
is
you,
for French
don't you,
horn.
don't you?
It's the best. It's the best picture ever.
Let me see.
You'll see it on Facebook.
Oh no! No. I'm
Did
sure.
you see that Sally, I always call her Sally Nelson, but Sally Cruz posted her, I think it was her college picture playing from high school or something.
I'm not.
I
I'm
just said
not
it was
Facebook
funny.
friends with her, so I don't know her.
You're not?
No, I didn't really.
You guys were friends. Anyway,
I don't know her. No,
Sally?
I mean, I know who she is, but
Holy cow, you
no, we were like never crossed paths really.
so
When she
funny,
was in
you
the
guys-
symphony, I wasn't playing like
You
that
guys
much.
would get along so well.
Oh really?
Oh yeah, you
Here we go.
Oh, I know
Hey, we're
Carol
gonna play.
Smith. Like that's the
We're
only.
playing.
to the 2018 commencement ceremony for Washington State University, Vancouver. In the homeland of the Chinookan and Taitnapam peoples and the Cowlitz Indian tribe. I am Rennie Christopher, Vice Chancellor of Academic Affairs. Bailey Peters, who is graduating today with her bachelor's degree in human development, will sing our national anthem. Please direct your attention to the flag.
I'm not leaving until after this. We're standing and watch the flag.
Maybe it would help if I paid attention.
Say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glares, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Thank you, Bailey. Please be seated. The university mace, which is placed in front of this lectern, embraces traditions that date back to the medieval era. At university commencement ceremonies, the mace is used to symbolize the significance of the event and the authority of the university to convene this ceremony. Local artists made this mace expressly for WSU Vancouver in 2014. The members of the platform party on stage today represent our campus community. They are faculty and staff members, student body leaders, award recipients, and community leaders. As I call your name, please stand and remain standing until all are announced. Audience, please wait until everyone is announced to applaud. Jose Scott, President of the Associated Students of Washington State University, Vancouver. Naomi Grande, Vice President of the Associated Students of Washington State University, Vancouver. Navaraj Lamichane, recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Student Achievement. Dr. Dale Fortin, recipient of the Students' Award for Teaching Excellence. Dr. Cheryl Schultz, recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Research Excellence. Dr. Karen Diller, Director of the WSU Vancouver Library. Dr. Suzanne Smith, Special Assistant to the Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs and incoming Provost at Georgia Southwestern State College. Dr. Christine Portforth, Associate Vice Chancellor for Research and Graduate Education. Dr. June Canty, Associate Vice Chancellor for Academic Affairs. Dr. Jane Lanigan, Academic Director of Human Development in the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences. Dr. Amy Wharton, Academic Director of the College of Arts and Sciences. Dr. Jane Cody, Academic Director of the Carson College of Business. Dr. Sharon Cruz, Academic Director of the College of Education. Dr. Hakan Gurajak, Director of the School of Engineering and Computer Science. Dr. Linda Eddy, Academic Director of the College of Nursing. Dr. Obi Ford III, Campus Director of Equity and Diversity. Juliana Marler, WSU Alumni Representative. Steve Hornstein, Chair of the WSU Vancouver Advisory Council and the recipient of the Chancellor's Award for Service to WSU Vancouver. Nancy Yolden, Vice Chancellor for Student Affairs and Enrollment. Lynn Valenter, Vice Chancellor for Finance and Operations. Dr. Mike Berger, Chair of the Council of Faculty Representatives and Mace Bearer. Dr. Mel Netzhammer, Chancellor of Washington State University, Vancouver. Thank you for your leadership and service to WSU Vancouver. I'd like to recognize some special guests in our audience. Joan Dengerink, wife of late Chancellor Emeritus Hal Dengerink, and her family are here today celebrating their grandson's graduation. We are honored to have you with us. Several elected officials are here today as well. Vancouver Mayor Anne McInerney Ogle, Senator Linda Wilson, and Representatives Paul Harris, Vicki Kraft, Brandon Vick, and Clark County Councilor Julie Olson. Thank you for your ongoing support and advocacy on behalf of Washington State University. And may we also acknowledge and thank the veterans and members of the military in our audience, including in our graduating class. Finally, several members of the WSU Advisory Council are in the audience today. Appointed by the Chancellor of WSU Vancouver, Mel Netzhammer, council members represent all sectors of the community and help support the mission of the university and the campus. Thank you for your service and for being part of this important occasion. Steve Hornstein, Chair of WSU Vancouver's Advisory Council, will extend his greeting.
Thank you, Rennie, and good afternoon, Cougs. The WSU Advisory Council was created to provide a connection between the campus and our broader community. Like most of you in this arena, Advisory Council members live and work in Southwest Washington. We represent the community in recommending the direction for WSU Vancouver and are very proud of this great institution. As a member of the Advisory Council, I get to hear about the accomplishments of WSU Vancouver students regularly, and I'm always excited and humbled by your work. I'm honored to be part of celebrating your academic achievement and to welcome you into our community as graduates of WSU Vancouver. Go Cougs! Thank you, and please welcome my good friend and your Chancellor of WSU Vancouver, Mel Netzhammer, to the podium.
I'm honored to welcome you to Washington State University Vancouver's 2018 commencement ceremony. Our first graduating class in 1989 had 38 students. Today, 1,014 students will receive their degrees on our campus, and nearly 4,500 students are graduating from all of our WSU campuses. This has been a big year for WSU Vancouver. Our first day of classes coincided with the Great American Eclipse. More than 1,500 members of our campus community and neighbors came together for a viewing party. I doubt we will ever top that as a first day experience. We began work on an update to our master plan that will open the possibility of residence halls and other growth on our campus. We began design of a new life sciences building that will strengthen our research opportunities and provide new spaces for student learning. And I want to take a moment to thank our legislators from Southwest Washington who were unified in their support for these projects. They will advance our campus and our community. We also added academic programs that gave our students new opportunities and responded to the workforce needs of our community. But one initiative eclipsed them all: faster credit card processing in the cafeteria. I only half jest. One of our goals has been to provide better technological services for our community. Our students partnered with us to provide better Wi-Fi and loaner laptops. We added redundancies to our campus network that resulted in a year with no significant network outages. We leveraged open online resources that saved our students hundreds of thousands of dollars in textbook costs. And today, we are holding our most technologically advanced commencement, live streaming our ceremonies for the first time. This was also a year in which technology was often not our friend. Data breaches became a common fixture on the nightly news. We started a national conversation on privacy in this digital age. Hate and bullying were commonplace online. And the endless flow of information made it difficult to determine what is real and what is not. On campus, we were challenged to keep up with the voracious data needs of our students and faculty to advance WSU Vancouver as a research university and strengthen our academic enterprise. Both the amazing and pernicious impacts of technology have been on my mind a lot lately, particularly in the context of today and this graduating class. As I contemplate today's milestone in your lives, I'm in awe of the ways that you will be able to leverage technology in your career and in your lives. Already, you can bend technology to your will, to change the world for the better. I've seen some of the most creative and inspired uses of technology by students across many of our departments. I hope you will continue to use and develop the tools that you have been given during your time at WSU Vancouver. I have no doubt that you will use technology and digital information in ways that I never contemplated. One of the most important tools you leave with today, however, is a critical mind. And my wish for you is that you always have your critical eye open as you manage the cascade of information that flows across our screens every second. For that is how we will make our community better. That is how we will engage as active citizens, and that is how we continue the lifetime of thinking and learning that is the hallmark of a university education. More than 90% of you will continue to live and work in our region. Your commitment to the thoughtful use of technology and to integrity in your use of information and data that often overwhelm us will make Southwest Washington stronger economically and, quite frankly, a better place to live. You have that power. Congratulations, and thank you again for all that you have done for WSU. Each year at commencement, we recognize the top awards earned by our faculty, students, and on occasion, an outstanding community member. The commitment to excellence shown by these award recipients is an example of the quality that defines our campus. The Chancellor's Award for Research Excellence goes to Cheryl Schultz, Associate Professor of Biological Science in the College of Arts and Sciences. WSU has high expectations for faculty to contribute to their fields through scholarship and creative work. Many of today's graduates have worked closely with faculty members in their scholarship. Cheryl directs the Conservation Biology Research Group on campus and has made scientific research for conservation her life's work. The core of her research program is to develop ecological understanding of at-risk species to advance conservation within the context of a human-dominated landscape. For more than 25 years, Cheryl has studied at-risk Northwest butterflies. In the 1990s, when she started working with the Fender's blue butterfly, there were fewer than 2,000 across the butterfly's range. Today, there are more than 25,000 Fender's blue, thanks to partnerships she is leading with scientists, agencies, nonprofits, and private landowners. While at WSU Vancouver, Cheryl has received more than $2.3 million in grant funding. Currently, her two largest grants are from the Department of Defense. Her research has led to publications in academic journals and the popular press, and has had a major impact in her field. Cheryl, congratulations. It is my pleasure to present the Chancellor's Award for Service to WSU Vancouver to Steve Hornstein. This award is presented to a person from our community who has provided significant and dedicated service to our campus. Steve has been instrumental in WSU Vancouver becoming the extraordinary institution it is today. More than 30 years ago, he, along with other community leaders, saw the need for access to higher education in Southwest Washington and helped it come to fruition. As a member of the WSU Vancouver Advisory Council since 1995 and its chair since 2004, he has worked to integrate the university and the community, to strengthen economic development and provide opportunities for students in Southwest Washington. On countless occasions, Steve has pursued support for the campus, including advocating for the engineering and computer science building, and new programs that focus on science, technology, and engineering. Steve initiated the Chancellor's Advisory Council Scholarship, to which all council members contribute. He and his wife, Cindy, have been exceptionally supportive and generous to the university for many years. This is Steve's 14th and final year serving as chair of the Advisory Council, and today we celebrate his dedication to WSU Vancouver. Congratulations, Steve. With so many deserving students, it's difficult to select just one for the Chancellor's Award for Student Achievement. Navaraj Lamichani has earned that distinction this year. The Chancellor's Award for Student Achievement is given to a student who demonstrates academic achievement and love of learning, perseverance, leadership potential, and who has overcome significant personal barriers. Raj was orphaned at a young age, separated from his siblings. He grew up in Bright Horizon Children's Home in Nepal. While attending college in Nepal, he met an English teacher from Vancouver, volunteering with Nepali schools and orphanages who helped him continue his education in the United States. Raj enrolled at WSU Vancouver in January 2016 and immediately began making his mark on campus. During his first year, he served as secretary of the Student Senate. This year, Raj was a student ambassador and student affairs intern. He served as president of the International Student Association, volunteering in the Student Diversity Center and helping to bring the Diwali Festival, a South Asian festival of lights, to campus for the first time. In April, at a ceremony on the Pullman campus, Raj also received the WSU President's Award for Leadership and Engagement. Each year, this award is given to a student who demonstrates exceptional leadership and service to the university and the community. Today, Raj is graduating with a Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. And before I do my congratulations, I'm going to go off script for one moment. I mentioned earlier that we are live streaming our ceremony for the first time. Friends of Raj in Nepal are watching.
Friends and family who are watching me this commencement right now back in Nepal, especially Bright Horizon Children's Home School, where I grew up for 12 years. I just want to say you are my family, and I made it here, and this has been a very successful journey, so thank you very much. You are my family, my inspiration, and thank you. And go Bright Horizon, and go Van Cooks! Thank you. Thank you.
Would Diana Larson and Catherine Townsell please stand? Diana and Catherine were selected for the Washington Campus Compact Chancellor's Leadership Award. This award is part of a statewide program that recognizes students who have exhibited exceptional leadership and commitment to serving their community. Congratulations. Please welcome our student body vice president, Naomi Grande, to present the Students Award for Teaching Excellence.
Thank you, Chancellor Netzhammer. I have the great honor of presenting the Students Award for Teaching Excellence to an outstanding faculty member whose hard work has guided the education of many and has provided support and engagement while instilling enthusiasm. Today, we recognize Dr. Dale Fortin for his service to WSU Vancouver and most importantly, to his students. A new Vancouver, Dr. Fortin joined the university in the fall of 2015 as a research assistant professor in integrative physiology and neuroscience. He also works as a senior research associate at the Volum Institute at Oregon Health and Science University. Through this role, he has provided students with the opportunity to visit labs of practicing scientists to see for themselves what a research career is like. Dr. Fortin was praised by his students as someone who has the best intentions for your learning and comprehension, has inspired students through his passion for neuroscience, genuinely wants his students to learn neuroanatomy, wants everyone to succeed, has provided students with opportunities to experience neuroscience hands-on in class and in his laboratory. He makes learning ridiculous neuroscience concepts interesting and fun. During his short time with WSU Vancouver, Dr. Fortin's passion for teaching has inspired the scientists of tomorrow. On behalf of the student body, please help me recognize and thank the recipient of the 2018 Students Award for Teaching Excellence, Dr. Dale Fortin. It is with great pleasure that I introduce our 2018 Student Body President and Commencement Speaker, Jose Scott III. He is graduating with a major in Public Affairs and minors in Global Studies and Spanish. When I met Jose 7 years ago, I could have never imagined just how many glass ceilings we would shatter and that they would bring us here today. And I have witnessed the many individuals that he has inspired, mentored, and encouraged to be the best version of themselves. Jose's dedication and leadership have positively impacted the WSU Vancouver community and the community at large. From advocating for students in the state legislature to impromptu singing sessions, I will forever cherish our daily uncontrollable laughter along with our dedication to serving our community. It has been a pleasure to accompany Jose through this educational journey, and it has been a pleasure to serve as your student body vice president. Please help me welcome the 27th ASWSUV President, Jose Scott III.
Thank you for the kind words, Naomi. Good afternoon, class of 2018. All right. My fellow Vancougs, I stand before you today in awe of your accomplishments. Whether you are graduating with your bachelor's, master's, or doctorate degree today, please know that your accomplishments thus far have fundamentally changed the world in a positive way. I would have never imagined that I would be standing here before you all today, giving this speech, completing my very last task as your ASWSUV president. As a low-income, first-generation Black man, the odds were clearly stacked against me. I know that a number of you have similar stories. I was never even supposed to make it this far, let alone be heading to graduate school in the fall. I did make it this far, though. All of us made it this far. Congratulations. Even in the face of adversity and systemic barriers, many of us achieved what our ancestors could only have dreamt of. We have done our part in charting a path for those who are just like us. We have inspired the next generation to move forward, to continue to dream big dreams, and to understand that anything is possible. Over the last several years, I've had the privilege of working alongside each of you. I've witnessed your passion, your energy, and your drive, and I've been inspired by your eagerness to make this world a better place for everyone. We rallied together to speak the names of the unarmed Black people whose lives have been taken far too soon. We have declared that it's on Vancougs to speak up against sexual assault and violence. And in the midst of an atmosphere filled with hateful rhetoric and divisiveness, we joined together to build a wall of unity and love. These are just a few of the many things that we have done to make our world a better place. We have watched our campus grow and claim its space at the forefront of important initiatives, projects that will ultimately continue to positively impact the experience of our students for years to come. We have fought to support and maintain an affordable university experience for all of us, and we have fought for diversity, social justice, and inclusion. Together, we have endured some of the most grueling times of our lives, physically, emotionally, and academically. In total, we have literally put in millions of hours into this educational experience. This includes some very late nights, some extremely early mornings, and a lot of caffeine. My colleagues in public affairs know exactly what I'm talking about. We have grown academically and intellectually, and we have grown as leaders. Today, this nation and the world demands leaders who are able to navigate the ever-diversifying terrain that lies ahead of us. Washington State University, Vancouver has prepared us to do just that. It is with great enthusiasm that I quote Grace Lee Boggs in saying that we are the leaders we've been waiting for. Let that sink in. We are the leaders we've been waiting for. Today, we join the ranks of over 200,000 Cougar alumni, many of whom also call WSU Vancouver their home. Each of us contributes something unique to this community, and together, we are powerful beyond belief. We are future doctors, lawyers, teachers, engineers, politicians, scientists, and business owners, along with a lot of other occupations. 4 years ago, I gave the commencement speech at Fort Vancouver High School, and I quoted the timeless words of the late Nelson Mandela, as I will again now. Mandela said, "Education is the most powerful weapon which you can use to change the world." Class of 2018, that is our call to action. Let us go out into the world and make it a better place, not only for ourselves, but for the billions of people who will come after us and the many that came before us. It may seem like a daunting task, but I have no doubt in my mind that we are the leaders we've been waiting for. It has been such an honor to serve as your president. Thank you, and go Cougs.
Thank you, Jose and Naomi, for your leadership on behalf of the student body and for representing Van Cougs so very well. Several of our degree candidates are wearing crimson and gray cords. These cords are given to the students who are graduating with honors. Students earn them by achieving a certain cumulative grade point average. Cords represent 3 levels of academic excellence: summa cum laude for the highest GPA, followed by magna cum laude for the second highest GPA, and cum laude for the third highest GPA. Other cords represent various honor societies or recognition within a particular degree program. Crimson cords are worn by students who have completed the University Scholars Honors Program. These students develop and present an independent research project as part of the program while maintaining an honors level GPA. Our graduating veterans may choose to wear red, white, and blue cords. Many of our graduating students are wearing stoles, which signify their affiliation with various student organizations and clubs. Candidates for advanced degrees receive an academic hood appropriate to their discipline and degree level. It is a traditional garment signifying high scholarly achievement. This year, 24 doctoral candidates and 125 master's students have earned their degrees. Each of you has a unique story to tell about your journey to this day. Many of you have made sacrifices and overcome obstacles in your pursuit of higher education. By a show of hands, how many of you are first in your family to graduate from college? How many of you worked while pursuing the degree you're receiving today? And how many of you have been raising a family while attending the university? Congratulations. In the history of our country, more students than ever before must juggle these and other competing demands. The fact that so many of you have done this successfully and are earning degrees makes us very proud. Degree candidates from 7 WSU colleges are represented here in Vancouver. Degree candidates, would you stand as your degree program is called and remain standing until all degrees have been announced? Faculty, please stand when your college is called and remain standing.
Chancellor Netzhammer, I am pleased to present the candidates within the College of Agricultural, Human, and Natural Resource Sciences for the following degree: Bachelor of Arts in Human Development.
Chancellor Netzhammer, I am pleased to present the candidates within the College of Arts and Sciences for the following degrees: Doctor of Philosophy in Anthropology, Doctor of Philosophy in Environmental and Natural Resource Science, Doctor of Philosophy in History, Doctor of Philosophy in Neuroscience, Doctor of Philosophy in Psychology, Master of Science in Biology, Master of Arts in Criminal Justice and Criminology, Master of Science in Environmental Science, Master of Science in Mathematics, Master of Science in Psychology, Master of Public Affairs, Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology, Bachelor of Science in Biology, Bachelor of Arts in Digital Technology and Culture, Bachelor of Science in Earth and Environmental Science, Bachelor of Arts in English, Bachelor of Arts in Fine Arts, Bachelor of Arts in History, Bachelor of Arts in Humanities, Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience, Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Bachelor of Arts in Public Affairs, Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences, Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. I am pleased to present the candidates within the Edward R. Murrow College of Communication for the following degrees: Bachelor of Arts in Strategic Communication.
Chancellor Netzhammer, I am pleased to present the candidates within the Carson College of Business for the following degrees: Doctor of Philosophy in Business Administration, Master of Business Administration, professional degree, Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration, Bachelor of Arts in Hospitality Business Management.
Chancellor Netzhammer, I am pleased to present the candidates within the College of Education for the following degrees: Doctor of Education, Master of Arts in Education, Master of Education, Master in Teaching, Bachelor of Arts in Education.
Chancellor Netzhammer, I'm pleased to present the candidates within the Voiland College of Engineering and Architecture for the following degrees: Master of Science in Computer Science, Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Bachelor of Science in Computer Science, Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering, and Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering.
Chancellor Netzhammer, I am pleased to present the candidates within the College of Nursing for the following degrees: Doctor of Philosophy in Nursing, Doctor of Nursing Practice, Master of Nursing, Bachelor of Science in Nursing.
Thank you, directors, for presenting the candidates both present and in absentia for the degrees announced. Upon recommendation of the faculty and by authority of the Board of Regents and the statutes of the state of Washington, I hereby confer upon each of you who fulfills its requirements the degree for which you have been recommended with all its privileges and obligations. Congratulations, graduates. You may be seated. Graduates will now cross the stage for the Diploma March. June Canty, Steve Fountain, Tom Tripp, and Obie Ford III will read the graduates' names and recognize Department Award winners and University Scholars graduates.
Whitaker W. Harpel. They didn't give me that. Hans Petter Grav. Dong Jo Shin. Doctor of Philosophy, Neuroscience, Philip Michael Uribe. Doctor of Philosophy, Business Administration, Shanae Kim. Doctor of Education, Marlena May Trujillo. Michael Taylor Wallace. Doctor of Philosophy, Nursing, Janine DeBerry Roth. Doctor of Nursing Practice, Ebony Cherie Blackman Humphrey. Jessica Lynn Hughes. Todd C. Peterson, College of Nursing Outstanding Doctor of Nursing Practice Student Award. Katie Joanne Uberti. Sandra Louise Walker. Alina A. Baronetz. Elnora W. Grant. Tomoaki Honda. Shell Seaver. Michael Patrick Smith. Latoya C. Butler. Yvonne Lynn Griffin. Elsie Larson. Please join me in congratulating the doctoral graduates. I now call forward our candidates for master's degrees. Master of Science in Biology, Leland Dwith Benion. Tamison Fern Hayward. Master of Arts in Criminal Justice and Criminology, Taylin Antoinette Kennan. Master of Science in Environmental Science, Chelsea Jane Mitchell. Master of Science in Mathematics, Caitlin Rochelle Ellis. Master in Public Affairs, Adna Turnyanen. Molly Renee Shotwell. Brody M. Sargent. I'm sorry about that. Michael Lee Williams. Master of Business Administration, professional degree. Sujatha Shine. Sukhpreet Gill. Jeremy Reeves. Gary Robert Weston. Ashley Brousseau. Catherine Kelly Shekels. Stephanie Gillette. Leanne K. Blankenship. Jeremy Nolan Rodriguez. Leave Bourne. Kristen K. Schultz. Stephanie Ann Venturella. Lisa Renee Avery. Colleen Patricia Daly. Alyssa Nicole Alford. Jake Dold. Jeremy Gerard. Cody Perry. Tammy Lynn Estrada. Richard M. Alvarez. Master of Education. Denise Barba. Martin Campos. Carrie Ellen Wood. Greg Allen Hall. Michelle Marie Tomasian. Faiza Bradford. Sydney Wagner. Tamasha Christine Emedi. Hans Michael Nelson. Jacob Joseph Wright. James Scott Baldwin. Melissa Diane Olson. Master in Teaching, Catherine Lenore Stevens. Cassie J. Spidel Thomas. Grace Noel Williams. Kristana Eveland. Anya Caitlin Sundstrom. Carolyn Ruth Barton.
Thank you.
Jason Gary Welch. Matthew John Parente. Caitlin Elaine Aloha. Sheila Leanne Campbell. Sarah Rhiannon Churchman. McKenna Marie Rinta. Michelle Marie Hammond. Taylor Michelle Growie. Jay Jones. Sabrina Canipe. Antonio Elizabeth Shaver. Lucas Jones Boswell. Victoria Sophanie Ong. Catherine Beard. Thomas Scott Cervantes. Emily Danielle Blake. Elisa Corin. Joseph Michael Kane. Taryn K. Tedford. Jennifer Lynn Rismoen. Sherilyn Cosette King. Brittany Mary Margaret Pettit. Heather Lynn Hopkins. Amber Stutz Jardine. Lyndall Mary Mizash. Trevor Michael Bristow. Reed Lawrence Trevarton. Anders Gunnar Theodore Nosler. Master of Science in Computer Science, Austin M. Ask. Bao D. Wen. Suman Karki. Master of Science in Mechanical Engineering, Brian J. Kelly. Yiwen Liu. Amit Goraksh Avhad. Fabrice Fomo Funjo. Marcus D. Trimble. Firas Mashari Bolgonayam. Master of Nursing, Dominica Bonarigo Seawright. Rachel E. Allen. Sheena Denny. Stephanie Jane Barlow. Rashida Urfan Aula. Please join me in congratulating the master's graduates. I now call forward our candidates for bachelor's degrees. Bachelor of Arts in Human Development, Jeanette Elise Cole. Bailey Marie Peters. Natasha Flexer. Jana Lynn Postma. Alicia Rochelle Spurgeon. Victoria I. Sanduliak. Catherine Elaine Wilkerson. Rachel Fitch. Diana Lynn Larson. Dion Ann Herman. Maribel Ramirez Nunez. Gabrielle Star Andino. Stephanie Joy Sarau Dacano. Chantel Ruth Ellis. Jade Renee Goen. Kimberly K. Lake. Emily Rose Jorgensen. Miranda Eaton. Caitlin Nicole Ike. Alma Rocio Hernandez. Marisol Garcia. Leela Ray Stutzman. Megan Aaliyah Swindell. Elise Camille Skolton. Jacqueline Rachel Coley. Danielle H. Crady. Devin Deandra White. Paris Devlin Parnell. Jessica Lynn Barkley. Adriana Toth. Madison Allen Mwan. Stevie Kathleen Warner. Alexandra Marie Wood. Kristen Faye Kelly. Bachelor of Arts in Anthropology. Misty Cheyenne Davis. Madeline Smith. Alyssa Sperry. Kyle W. Toon. Ashley Raquel Mendoza. Penny Elaine Hughes. Bachelor of Science in Biology. Samantha Jane Neal. Mackenzie Nicole Jacobson. Tina Marie Ors. Teresa Marie Meyer. Nina Corin Pavlzik. Cynthia Guzman. Juliet Cha. Katerina Bondarenko. Noelle Holmberg. Xaviera Adriana Martinez. Danielle Alexandra Stinson. Lindsay Nicole Walker. Alexander Tian Shi. Christopher Michael Chappell. Karen Melissa Abdallah. Yulia N. Zuchenko. Stacy Ann Washburn. Madison Rose Belinsky. Emily Rose Amner. Madeline Claire Schaup. Teresa Mariina Tappan. Maliaka Kaylin Hall. Malia. Ariana Rose Boulder. Savannah Lynn Brosius. Samson Southafang. Good. Melinda Jean Kirschbaum. Hung Man Wen. Angelica Montoya. Megan Colleen Hazlitt. Brenna Gabrielle Scott. Kylie Lauren Munyaneza. Alexander Lucretia Mueller. Kayla Teal Jarrett. Jasmine Alicia Wen. Megan Elise Carroll. Julie Alexis Baduk. Caitlin Wally. Juan Diego Vasquez. Janae Gerstmann. Danielle Renee Campa. Maria V. Sokolova. Lisa Zalosh. Leah Savochka. Adriana Duran. Ruben Igor Sanduliak.
Bachelor of Arts in Digital Technology and Culture. Stephanie Maldonado. Aaron Cooper. Tia Sugawa. Veronica Beth Whitney. Nathaniel Patrick Willis. Yun Ju Oh. Jonathan Michael Wambach. Austin Darcy Lewis. Taryn Jace Blankenship. Christina Brooke Schenk. Mackenzie Hope Cook. Royner Mendoza. David Kenneth Schneider. Mitchell Roy Barnett. Evan Vidal Torres. Vanessa Michelle Rhodes. Bethany M. Sokol. Lawrence Kumayehi Hikalea. Valerie Nicole Parrish. Aaron Lee Carley. Scott Robert Allen. Erin Diane McBride. Bailey M. Anderson. Nathaniel Owen Nienaber. Polina Vitalievna Skilarova. Vicky Tomacheva. Diana Boligar. Lindsay Ellen Norberg. Julie Krishko. Bernd A. Hoffman. Nathaniel Paul Crasium. Rosemary Ina Nielsen. Randy Raylene Brothers. Benjamin Scott Woodruff. Cody Lane. Bachelor of Science in Earth and Environmental Science. Amari Ferrer. Penny Elaine Hughes. Rebecca Leanne Clark. Paige Latia Jernigan. Camille Rose Jenkins. Crystal Marie Pointer. Mackenzie R. Hammond. Jeanette Rochelle Myers. Marissa Marie Louie. Bradley Alexander Nowick. Michelle Devlamick. Raymond Patrick Malone Jr. Bachelor of Arts in English. Catherine N. Chaika. Rachel Maureen Wilson. Alejandra Barriere. Alvina Marie Peterson. Shelley Nicole Stafford. Sylvia Natalia Paz. Emily Jean Corser. Shelby Trusty. Skylar Marie Lampman. Samuel Richard Earl Galantine. Corey Blystone. Alexis Ray Keel. Roxana Tegan Manesh. Samantha Delray Cousins. Julie N. Kuznetsov. Kaylee Maria O'Connor. Grace Diane Walton. Sierra Lorraine Sepola. Jenna Marie Rice. Yekaterina Tkachenko. Bachelor of Arts in Fine Arts. Victoria Jiwon Moon. Bachelor of Arts in History. William Randall Barrett. Emily Christine Hughes. Elise M. Piet. Sarah Jean Pugh. Angela Diane Wilkinson. Tracy Michelle Hall. Casey Ann Dominici. Megan Elizabeth DeMoss. Connor Justin Lane. Jeffrey Scott Lopez. Jacob Richard Joachim. Matthew Joseph Reeves. Ian Stewart Lennon. Jordan Zadek. Bachelor of Arts in Humanities. Garrett Joseph Johnson. Shannon Marie Kelly. Jonathan Curtis Montano. Sherry Lynn Masters. Angelica Alvina Peterson. Kent Davidson Redberg. Mackenzie Madison Reese. Julia Victoria Roser. Ryan Elena Pitts. Bachelor of Science in Mathematics, Nathan David Oldenburg. Alexandria J. Brousseau. Bachelor of Science in Neuroscience, Corinne Marie Bryce. Dane Trace Collier. Holly Megan D'Andrea. Alina G. Cheesh. Jeremy Brenton Dunford. Jordan Nicole Hiblar. Lorena Tomachak. Deanna Marlene Novicio. Jareem C. Wingert, Outstanding Research Award. Dhruv Sharma. Saray Farias Pulido. Eric Maximilian Polk. Sterling Drakeford Gray. Bradley Allen Mahoney. Richik Nyogi. Bachelor of Science in Psychology, Rosemary Ina Nielsen. Sierra Mills. James T. Shea. Taryn Elaine Wilson. Sky Goebel. Selena Fraga. Kayla Renee Kehalani Williams. Erica Lynn Connors, Outstanding Academic Performance in Women's Studies. Shelby Harlan Lanier. Caleb Nicholas Anderson. Nicholas P. Dunn. Lindsay Ryan McEwen. Chelsea Ray Marie Williams. Shaylee Ray Groves. Hannah Christine Cooley. Rachel Ann Dundas. Brooke Dennis Hart. Heidi Lynn Urick. Kay Alin Kuran. Sierra Gwen Hancock. Brenda Andrade. Kaylee Renee Saget. Kendall Noel Rogers, University Scholar. Boo Yun River Kim. Brittany Rochelle Thomas. Morgan Harrison Zoller. Karen Eichberger. Juan Jin. Sophie Reese Robinson. Sarah Same Batarse. Adriana Renee Zenteno. Cassidy Rayanne Tyre. Megan Colleen Hazlitt. Nicole Brianne Piddlecaw. Jenny Vanieta Lim. Brianne Elise Eastman. Kimberly Charlotte Gorman. Maciel Draculon. Jean Brian Fisher. Caitlin Marie Wright. Renata Ray Hankins. Miranda Ray Heckler. Megan Abigail Culbertson, Psychology Department Undergraduate Research Award. Maggie Lorraine Handran. Jason Lee Beeman. Alexandra Haley Bergeson. Kelly Marie Bryson. Ashley Lynn Bede. Stephanie Ann Kostick. Alina Pasiatskaiva. Olga Boligar. Nicole Suzanne White, University Scholar. Alyssa Nicole Corleano. Emily Mary French. Jana Ukilbaeva Schneider. Spencer Peebles. Ryan Austin Fulmer. Chelsea Danielle Dolan. Nicholas Arthur LaRusso. Zach Heaton. Lacey Carter Yancey. Ronald Norris Anderson. Desiree S. Tamara B. Norris. Jolene Marie Wright. Megan Rochelle Hertz. Emma Alice Schneider. Nicole Elizabeth Hopkins. Leah Breton Hernandez. Katerina Jo Canis. Bachelor of Arts in Public Affairs. Naomi N. Grande. Jose J. Scott. Catherine P. Townsell. Lindsay Lee Brown. Eric James Gilcrease. Stephen Eugene Cooper. Justice Ray Phelps. Chad Alexander Reel. Ethan Tyler Perry. Marissa Elizabeth Miranda. Arina Dolbanina. Lilia Petrovna Zhukova. Michael Christopher Flynn Demanti. Maxim Vasilias.
Bachelor of Arts in Social Sciences. Mark Edward Alcama. Alicia Rose Andring. Stevie Kathleen Warner. Jennifer Lene Bartlett. Cody Bender. Sonia Baza. Eric Flores. Beth Ann Helen Blankenship. Whitney Michelle Bond. Dakota Butler. Jordan Jesse Brownlee. Evelyn Lizette Cabello Ramirez. Eric Samuelson Karstensen. Megan Mackenzie Carter. Brittany Elise Kastner. Mitchell Henry Chiotta. Melanie Acosta de Ocares. Hannah Nicole DeHate. Ulysses Salazar Doherty. Trinell Violet Doyle. Alicia Nicole Cooper. Ricky Elaine King. Nikki Marie Elkington. Delanne Jeanette Erickson. Nicholas Fraser Fouts. Andrea Ray Gwynn. Jeannie M. Hagan. Jennifer D. Harris. Amanda Marie Henry. Morgan Christine Jackson. Jessica Marie Carson. Laura Ray Jenkins. Patricia Marie A. Wan. Li Meng Kim. Samantha Christina Leonard. Courtney Sue Ulapek.
You did it. I knew you were going to do it.
Amanda Nicole Mays. Joshua Christopher Morris. Donald Lee Mason. Nicole Colleen Mason. Gina Elizabeth Norala. Spencer Austin Nussbaum. Catherine Lee Rollins. Leah Vivian Richards. Ciclali Silva Rodriguez. Laura A. Regner. Holly Marie Varner. Outstanding academic performance in women's studies and outstanding graduating senior in Spanish. Oscar Danielle Beltran Leyva. Tassi Daniel Salanoa. Trent Montgomery Hungate. Nicholas Jeremiah Robbins. Jordan Flynn Baker. Amanda Jo Westfall. Justice Alec Rosales. Marco Antonio Batista. Rebecca Wog. Brenna Marie Cruson. Emily Randolin Economides. Christopher James Nash. Michael Anthony Perez. David Michael Kinsman. Curtis William Farmer. Sarah Ann Schmidt. Kylie Ray Witters. Wyatt Caleb Wolford. Kathleen Faith Morissette. Samantha Jean Phillips. Colleen L. Wright. Bachelor of Arts in Sociology. Catherine P. Townsell. Laura Valeria Arellano. Ryan McPherson Davis. Mira Lilani Durst. Mariah Nicole Mercado. Wade Austin Ramsey. Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration. Jacqueline R. Poole. Navaraj Lamichane. Emily Marie Allen. Kelsey Lynn Archer. Chelsea Aaron Brown. Alyssa Louise Curon. Kristen Ray Davidson. Malin I. Hall. Kendra Renee Coombe. Angel Ivan Benitez. Tyler M. Boyette. Jorgen Elliott Catton. Drake Allen Holmes. Mercedes Southworth Bays. Andrew Dennis Seacat. James A. Fick. Emily Ann Jorgensen. Sarah E. O'Hara. Sarah Popple. Rachel Patricia Wetzel. Dawn Renee Deskins. Carrie L. Saplee. Joseph Cyprian Geiger Gaither. Christy Lynn. Philip James Carson. Troy Hunter McGowan. Marina Lopuga. Annie A. Lappin. Benjamin Paul Quatier. Kevin Z. Schneider. Julia Gloria Kovalenko. Alvina Kono-Nainko. Brooklyn Jean Cates. Elliot Quinn Gombart. Lauren Elizabeth Stimpson. Bridget Danielle Stahlheim. Juan B. Garcia. Christina Julie Gavrilin. Angelique Catherine Titarenko. Nadine Marie Miller. Hunter Austin Ellingson. Andrew Paul Ritter. Joshua Jeffrey Townsend. Geronimo Ray Cordero. Tyson Glenn Jolma. Lars Eric Evald Larson. Brandon Bradford Hoke. Olivia May Quinones. Marissa Elizabeth Buzzy. Sarah Louise Consentino. Kylie Paige Jerome. Ryan Amanda Silva. Christopher Michael Nini. Ethan Byron Woltersdorf. Courtney Cheyenne Braddock. Savannah Joy Svinth. Jessica Diane Fernandez. Megan Nicole Thomas. Alex Angelo Marie Barber. Diana Veniaminova Golovin. Victoria Valeriana Lutka. Lydia Nikolaev. Benjamin Janonovich. Brian Thomas Brady. Michael James Scott Lusk. Alan Eric Hagan. Mackenzie Stephen Ladd. Robert Lee Maxwell. Nathan David Roska. Patricia Moa. Megan Elizabeth LaPlante. Calvin Nichols. Emily McCoy. Logan Michael Rush. Christopher Thomas Van Dinter. Stephen Darrell Thurston. Elisa Nichelle Olson. Christine Tiffany Rouse. Kelly Ariel Weiner. Melanie Marie Tangalin. Elvira Petrovna Shevchenko. Adriana Christine Trevino. Savina Laureen Boyd. Nuvia M. Ramirez Romero. Levi Thomas Galatly. Greg Paul Lunsford. Han Han. Momoko Atenyi. Jacob Nathaniel Kerr. Aaron Courtney Sitch. Sankun Sadili. Samuel Richard Hardy. Jacob Christian Johnson. Andrew Philip Klein. John R. Wallum. Sarah Rose Tomich. Kolveer Singh Brar. Kyle C. Wilson. Lindsay Ann Zuber. Jordan D. Robertson. Aaron Daniel Young. Akasha Mariah Leffler. Callie Nicole Phillips. Patrick Zachary Stanton. Dylan Lawrence Taylor. Abraham Oliva. Mandy Ann Pennington. Jana Vusi. Mary Peters. Sashay Nicole Curiel. Yuri Voranuk. Bachelor of Arts in Hospitality, Business Management. Jonathan Michael Freeman. Mackenzie Smith. Katrina Marie Smith. Pei Shi Zheng.
Bachelor of Arts in Strategic Communication, Brittany Nicole Burks. Zach J. McMahon. Andrew Willard Michael. Luke Minder. Inessa Panamarenko. Kelsey Elizabeth Reef. Melanie Shelton. Damian Yanopeth. Catherine Rebecca Yates, Communicator of the Year. Bachelor of Arts in Education. Caitlin Violet Burge. Sarah Nicole Cooper. Haley A. Gorton. Grady Haverkost. Sydney K. Hillard. Caitlin Marie Hopkins, Outstanding Undergraduate Education Student. Rebecca Elida Huda. Melissa Ann Johnson. Christina Victoria Kolbolnik. Michelle Matilda Lara Moore. Amy Miriam Mauer. Morgan Marie Mullahan. Sarah Kristen Morgenthaler. Paige Nicole Morrison. Juliana Munden. Donnie June Pasco. Angela Amy Rose Quita Shaham. Kelly M. Rawhauser. Vanessa Rodriguez. Rebecca Molly Schultz. Shelby J. Warner. Danielle Arlene Weaver. Katie Jean Wood. Bachelor of Science in Computer Science. Stephen Bach. Elijah Hugh Bowman. Alex Carson Bull. Anthony David Kyoto. Ronald Allen Cotton. Tyler Nolan Coy. Adrian Norrico Cranny. Benjamin Charles DeCamp. Timothy Lee Brewer Eskew. Christopher Feener. Aaron Goen. Nicholas James Hanley. Kevin Michael Harris. Maya Kathleen Hess. Varga Hakamran. Michael Kim. Joseph Liggett. Grant Stephen Lindberg. Olivia Arlis Lormore. Daniel Esteban Meda. Dayan Mandich. Devin Ray McConnell. Ryan Dale Miller. Yosha Oswald. Josiah Mendenhall Peterson. Tyler Dean Petty. Amy M. Phillips. Von Doren Andrew Proctor. Benjamin Robert Sherrington. Aaron Allen Siegel. Zachary James Spratt. Colin McRae Stoker St. Clair. Nazar Leonidovich Stelmack. Sage Tongsi Sipsakun. Dennis Vargas. Keenan Way Runnin. Jason Michael Wilmore. Bachelor of Science in Electrical Engineering. Jory Gaynor. Brandon Alberg. Paul Francisco Aguayo. Komivi Akenge. Patricia Lynn Bellamy. Sean Michael Carter. Benjamin G. Chin. Brian Choi. Camilla Crespo. Joshua Caleb Dodge. Nathan Douglas Ike. Haley Christina Fromm. Oscar Garcia. Ed Golishevsky. Christopher Goodwin. Joshua Todd Hamer. Philong Johnny Hahn. Michael James Robert Hansen. Theodore Hoffman. Jason Anthony Joe. Grant G. Kiernan. Brock Evan Killinger. Thomas Livick. Derek James Mashburn. Mila J. Matson. Patrick McDonald. Mason Thomas McGarity. Michael McLoon. Jacob Daniel Mendez. Robin Nguyen. Mia Nguyen. Dominic Thomas Noble. Keith A. Norton. Brian Perez. Eric Jesse Pelyukno. Keith Lee Reynolds. Chris Stanley. Les Tracy. Joshua Daniel York. Bachelor of Science in Mechanical Engineering. Alvin John Aguilar. Jesus Ariano Barajas. Long Home Nguyen. Samuel Frank Culbertson. Monique Catherine Embury. Alexander Alexandrovich Essie. Jorgen John Gilbertson. Keith Alexander Kinnick. Warner Lee Kaiser. Rebecca Catherine Long. Aaron Marcus Manning. Tristan John Martin. Tanner Cole Byman. William Drum. Weston Lee Robinson. Joshua Daniel Haig. Taylor David Hammersley. Cody Mark Hensler. Keaton Wyatt Jorgensen. Rebecca Lynn Lehman. Eric Oblapius. Laura K. Shannon. Serge Eugene Karnov. Andrei P. Popov. Denis Alexandrovich Vishnevsky. Gilberto Ramirez. Ryan Thomas Menke. Travis Hans Stoker. James Michael Wickwire. Michael Allen Toomey. Alan Christopher Williams. Devin Michael McCartney. Kyle Stenerson. Levy John Wertinen. Justin Randall Pohl. Jacob Michael Rabatoy. Peter Rylander. Brandon Q. Cha. David V. Vuzzi. Samuel Jackson Woodward. Brian Carl Day. Alexander V. Zaishley. Bachelor of Science in Nursing. Brittany Ellen Allison. Matthew Freeman, College of Nursing Outstanding RN to BSN Student Award. Morgan Atchley. Marina A. Billick. Samantha Salvato. Emily N. Shirley. Michelle Marie Boyles. Maricel Montez Griffith. Joanne Del Rosario Simpkins. Kelly Webster. Erica Marie Ritchie. Vasile Kutsaline Roos. Daniel Richard Howard. Jennifer K. Kimura. Corrine Lorimer. Natalie Ann Corser. Stacy Lynn Gray. Carlene Michelle DeBoer. Kalina Lynn Wilson. Diana Pelayo. Tara K. Wolf Stanton. Let's give it up one more time for all of our 2018 baccalaureate graduates.
Student Body President Jose Scott and Student Body Vice President Naomi Grande will lead the undergraduates in the traditional turning of the tassel.
All right. Undergraduates, please stand. All right. College graduates wear their tassels on the left side of their caps. Today, we have reached that same milestone. So together, we signal our new status as graduates by moving our tassels from the right to the left. Congratulations to you all.
Juliana Marler, class of 1994, represents our Alumni Association and will welcome our newest alumni into the fold. Juliana, who received her Bachelor of Arts in Business Administration from WSU Vancouver, now serves as CEO of the Port of Vancouver.
On behalf of Washington State University, Vancouver, and all Cougs throughout the world, I welcome you into our alumni ranks. Stay in touch. Keep us informed about the changes and achievements in your life. Know that you are always welcome on campuses, whether for a visit, a committee meeting, Cougs in the community, or even to continue your learning process. Today you join 1,014 fellow classmates in becoming one of more than 13,000 WSU Vancouver alumni and more than 200,000 Cougar alumni worldwide. I offer each of you my hearty congratulations on your accomplishments and my sincere best wishes for all future endeavors. Enjoy the rest of this special day with your friends and family, and go Cougs!
Thank you for being a part of the WSU Vancouver commencement ceremony. Thanks to Sunlight Supply Amphitheater for the use of the facility, especially on the day before a Kendrick Lamar concert. And to our graduates, we are especially grateful you chose to pursue your educational goals with us. We will continue to follow your accomplishments with pride, and we want you to know you will always be a part of Washington State University. Graduates, please stand. Guests, remain at your seats until the recessional ends and all graduates have left the amphitheater. Once again, thank you all. Congratulations, and one huge round of applause for the class of 2018.